Good evening and welcome to tonight's public hearing on the FY 2019-2023 Capital Improvement Program. On behalf of the school board, I would like to thank you for taking time this evening to come and talk to us about the CIP. If you have written comments, please give them to one of the clerks seated to my right, and please turn off or silence your cell phones. Tonight we have 10 speakers. Each speaker is allotted 3 minutes. The clerk will start the timer when you begin to speak, and you will be able to see the time remaining on the clock at the lectern. The buzzer will sound at the conclusion of your 3 minutes. If you have not registered to speak tonight but would like an opportunity to address the board, please see one of the clerks to sign up for one of the 5 extra reserved speaker slots. Your name will be called after the registered speakers. I will call 3 names at a time, and when you hear your name, please begin to make your way to the front of the auditorium. At the end of this public hearing, we had scheduled a public hearing for the AAP Center, but to my knowledge, no speakers have signed up to speak for that particular hearing. So, our first 3 speakers, Mary Brewer, Jacqueline Ponte-Lazari, and Kwan Min Cho. Ms. Brewer, you are on first. Thank you.
My name is Mary Brewer, and I'm here on behalf of the students that attended Rolling Valley Elementary School in West Springfield. I am currently an 8th grader in Key Middle School. I attend Rolling Valley Elementary School from kindergarten to 6th grade. Because of the current boundaries, I was forced to attend Key Middle School while the majority of my peers attended Irving Middle School. I will attend Lee High School if the current boundaries are not changed. I've had a very hard time making new friends in middle school. Most of the kids have been friends since elementary school. The few friends I've made I don't see in person except for in school because of the distance between our neighborhoods. It's been very hard on me emotionally and socially, which has caused me to let my grades drop. Please change the boundaries so that I may attend with the friends I have grown up with and are still my support system. This change would allow me to get together with them, to work on homework and projects, participate in sports, and spend time with them socially. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is Jacqueline Ponte-Lazaruk, to be followed by Kyung Min Chu.
Hi, good evening. My name is Jackie Ponte-Lazaruk, and I've lived in Springfield, Virginia for more than 40 years. I've paid taxes into this county since 1984 when I worked at Kmart in the Springfield Plaza, first job at 15 and 8 months. I'm a senior executive who has spent 20 years working to improve the quality of life for rural towns across America through infrastructure and business investments. And I have supported Fairfax County schools long before my daughter was born in 2012. I'm here tonight with others from my community of Presidential Hills to ask this board to move forward with our request to allow our children to feed into the Washington, Irving, and West Springfield schools. You will hear from several of us tonight who want this board to acknowledge that approving our request would reduce transportation costs to the county taxpayers, reduce the burden on our children, and increase diversity in the West Springfield district. Busing children to Key is nearly twice the distance as it is to Irving, and the route is more congested. This means more travel time and more risk to our children. More miles also means more cost. As a taxpayer, I want to avoid unnecessary costs for the county. The transition to middle school, as you've just heard, is a significant and critical time socially for children. For our children, it is much more challenging because of the split feeder assignment. Through it, you are shipping them off to a new school away from their support and social networks, leaving them to restart the process in an unknown environment. Having to deal with this change will shift their focus away from academics at a time when they cannot afford to do so. I have yet to hear a good rationale for why this small percentage of children must bear this burden, particularly when the numbers show that Irving and West Springfield will have room for them by 2019, and it costs more. You will hear from, our neighborhood is a wonderful mix of cultures and backgrounds. By the numbers, we are more than 60% races other than Caucasian, and more importantly, we are members of the military, federal executives, doctors, lawyers, law enforcement, business owners, IT professionals, and more. According to Fairfax County Public Schools' own demographics, Key Intermediate is less than 18% white. And while Irving is more than 52% white, approving our request would actually add diversity in West Springfield District without changing the demographics in the Lee District. We have prepared a presentation that supports our requests and have worked over the past 2 years carefully following all the procedural requirements, only to be continued to be strung along and then told no. I am frustrated and disappointed with a set of representatives that don't appear to represent my community, seems to prioritize other children's interest over our own. And I can't figure out why. If I went to my boss and I said, I have a project, it's going to cost you more, it's going to negatively impact your customers, and I'm not going to get any real tangible results, I would get fired. At most, at best, I would get demoted. So I'm asking you tonight to help us understand what's really stopping you from making this change. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is Kyungmin Cho, to be followed by Christina Lorelli and then Julie Ambrose.
Hi, my name is Kyungmin Cho. I'm from a community called Whittlers Creek in West Springfield. I'm here on behalf of our community to request that our boundary be adjusted to eliminate split feeder situation at Rolling Valley Elementary School. We want our kids to not only learn together, but also grow up together as friends onto high school. It is extremely tough for our kids to move on to a middle school without their friends. It disrupts their academic and social stability. The other reason why we are asking for a boundary change is so that our kids can be safer on the roads. Instead of traveling on Franconia Springfield Parkway during rush hour, where there are commuters speeding their way to the mixing bowl or to the metro station, our kids can travel safely on Rolling Road to Irving Middle School or West Springfield High School. In addition, our kids will travel on average 2 miles less per day. And we ask that the school board make the boundary adjustment for our kids. And I ask Elizabeth Schultz, our representative in the Springfield School District, to be our voice. And one thing that baffles me is that we do not have a vote in school in who becomes the school board member in the Lee District. We vote for representative in the Springfield School District. So we do not have a voice in the Lee District school district while we are when we are forced to attend Key Middle School and Lee High School, which are located in Lee District. So I ask for this boundary change on behalf of all the communities that are affected by this split feeder situation at Rolling Valley Elementary School. Thank you.
Thank you. The next we have Christina Lorelli, Julie Ambrose, and Kathleen Mallard.
Good evening. My name is Christina Lorelli, and I am here on behalf of the Daventry Park neighborhood that attends Rolling Valley Elementary School in West Springfield. I, along with my fellow neighbors, strongly recommend that the school board address the split feeder issue at Rolling Valley Elementary by implementing an administrative boundary change to unite all of our students in the West Springfield Pyramid. Rolling Valley Elementary students all start in the West Springfield Pyramid. However, as a result of an arbitrary boundary, a small group of our students are split off from their peers after 6th grade into the Lee Pyramid to attend Key and Lee, while the remainder of the school continues on in West Springfield Pyramid to attend Irving and West Springfield High. To provide an example of how small this group is, only 18 of the current 6th graders from Rolling Valley will be attending Key Middle School next year. Pursuant to School Board Policy 8130-7, an administrative boundary change can be authorized by the superintendent if less than 5% of the enrollment at each school will be affected and the change will improve the operating efficiency of the school division. In the case of Rolling Valley Elementary, the numbers clearly speak for themselves. The 3-year average of students splitting to attend Key in the Lee Pyramid after 6th grade is approximately 20 students. Moving this small cohort to Irving Middle School would represent less than 2% of their enrollment capacity, while continuing to build strong community ties and keep the students part of the peer group they grew up with. Data also shows that this cohort continues to shrink by the time they get to high school. Allowing these students to continue in the West Springfield Pyramid through high school would result in a negligible impact on high school enrollment at West Springfield, especially as the school completes its renovation with expanded capacity this year. The school board has the opportunity here to make a positive change for many families without any disruption to school enrollments. As far as operating efficiency is concerned, making an administrative boundary change eliminates the need for our children to be bused out of their local area to a school that is twice the distance from West Springfield schools. In addition, there is the opportunity to generate potential cost savings through the elimination of overlapping bus routes serving 2 separate pyramids. Shorter commutes, lower transportation costs, and efficient busing are benefits to the students as well as the county. I come here as a parent of 4 children who will come up through Rolling Valley. I also come here as a Girl Scout troop leader, a member of the PTA, a sports coach, and a civic volunteer. These students and their families are our community. We all do our best to build a solid support system for our children as they go through school, and it is disheartening that a small portion of these students will be separated from their peer groups during what can already be a difficult transition. Taking these facts into account, but more importantly, looking out for our students' best interest, I strongly encourage you to eliminate the split feeder boundary at Rolling Valley. Please consider adding an administrative boundary change in order to keep our community and students together. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. The next speaker is Julie Ambrose, to be followed by Kathleen Mallard and Tanaz Scheherazade.
Good evening. My name is Julie Ambrose, and I'm also here about the Rolling Valley split feeder situation. You've heard the background, so now let's talk numbers. The average number of Rolling Valley 6th graders splitting from Rolling Valley to Key and Lee has remained consistent over a 10-year period. As you heard last year, it's only 18 students. But what you haven't heard is that in addition to that, this cohort shrinks over time. So while the numbers are negligible to begin with, they become even more negligible as time goes on. For example, in the 2013-2014 school year, there were 23 6th graders that left Rolling Valley and split to Key and Lee. This cohort decreased over time so that by the time they reached 9th grade at Lee, there were only 14 students left. That is a 40% decrease. If so, using that logic, the 18 6th grade students that left Rolling Valley and split to Key and Lee last year will end up being 7 students by the time they get to Lee. So tell me, why aren't we changing this situation? I've already heard the argument that we'd be hurting Lee, but as I've shown you with the actual numbers, the impact is negligible. Now, I've also heard this so-called white flight concern. Well, I have good news for you. This particular student population is majority minority, African American, South Asian, Hawaiian Pacific Islander, etc. The student population of Presidential Hills specifically is 60% minority, so there is no demographic impact at all. You've already heard about the transportation logistics, so I will just reiterate that our children are traveling twice as far, and to make things worse, don't forget, TSA headquarters is moving to the Springfield Town Center next year. Let me also assure you that the Key and Lee will not be affected by parental involvement, because as is the complicated logistics prevent parent involvement and also reduce the involvement of kids in extracurricular activities. But it's more than that. As the last speaker said, West Springfield is our community. Our children are at West Springfield community pools, sports, dance studios, and they grow up in this community from the time they are born, including preschools. So you're taking them away, not just from a school of peers, but from an entire community. And for what? 7 students that end up at Lee? I can't understand this. So tell me, why isn't this situation being fixed? You have the power to change this situation. It's about the children. It's not about politics. And you will save Fairfax County residents transportation dollars as well. Those are your constituents. So please, your elected officials, do the right thing and make this change. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is Kathleen Mallard, to be followed by Tanaz Scheherazade and then Emily Kendall.
Good evening, School Board and Supervisor Braben. I wanted to talk to you this evening about synthetic turf fields. From what I can determine, 8 synthetic fields have been added to the public schools since 2013. Natural turf fields at Annandale, Edison, Mount Vernon, South County, Stewart, and West Potomac High schools, plus Hayfield Secondary and Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology, have had their fields converted to artificial turf using something called crumb rubber at most of them in a joint FCPS Fairfax County project. The idea was that artificial turf fields are less expensive over time and safer. However, this is not really the case. The amount of money involved is not clear either, and the initial plan called for FCPS to contribute $1.5 million, with over $1.5 million from the county as well. I haven't been able to research the actual cost, but some studies show that natural grass fields are, in fact, more of a bargain. The cost to maintain and replace artificial fields after their warranties expire is exorbitant. One of the artificial turf industry's selling points is that an artificial turf field will last 8 to 10 years, even though the usual warranty runs for only 8, and that the initial cost of installation is recouped in no time from tens of thousands in savings. This math is skewed, however, but my concern is not with the actual dollar cost, but more with the health cost to young people. In 2014, a soccer coach in Washington State, you may have heard about this, identified 55 young soccer players who played on artificial turf. They had diagnoses of blood cancer, leukemia, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and Hodgkin's lymphoma. More than 60% of these soccer players were the goalkeepers playing on artificial turf. Over time, this number of players that developed cancer rose to over 230 in Washington State. The concern of Coach Griffin was that the crumb rubber used as infill for the fields typically comes from recycled tires and contains man-made chemicals. I've noticed at McLean High School, for example, that the little rubber balls are out on the track. Sometimes when I walked my dog over at Lewinsville, he would start sneezing and hacking. While some studies have found that there's no danger, in Spain they found the concentrations of this hydrocarbons in recycled rubber are very high to be a matter of regulatory concern. I thank you very much for your time this evening. I would ask you to please consider very seriously any further investment in artificial turf fields at our public schools. There have been instances of lawsuits in Arlington, for example, against the manufacturers of these artificial turf fields. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next speaker is Tanaz Sherazad, to be followed by Emily Kendall, to be followed by Michelle Shorman.
Hello, committee members. My name is Tanaz Sherazad, and I am extremely grateful for the opportunity actually to come up and speak to you this evening. The capital improvement program, as it relates to school boundaries, as everyone has mentioned tonight, is a very important issue for my particular family, as well as the parents that myself and the next speaker are going to represent. We live in the Maymont community, and I have a rising kindergartner and a 2-year-old. Before I begin, thank you in advance to Ms. Strauss and Ms. Hines, who are our district representatives who have heard from us through multiple emails and panicked phone calls from working mothers. So I'm sure that's not your favorite phone call to field, but thank you for listening to us and providing this venue to be able to speak. The Maymont community is right at the corner of Beulah Road and Route 7, meaning we are currently zoned in the West Briar Island Pyramid. We are a neighborhood of 55 homes and arguably the community which is most impacted by the distance of the current zoning. We are 1 mile away from Colvin Run Elementary and 4.4 miles away from West Briar Elementary. As most residents in Northern Virginia know, a 3.4 mile difference in traffic can make a significant quality of life difference, especially for elementary age children. As a result, our children spend from our neighborhood an hour and a half each way to and from school, which for older kids may not be such a big deal, but for a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 7-year-old, it's considerable. I have a daughter who's 4, and I can't imagine honestly putting her on a bus next year when she goes to kindergarten for an hour and a half. in traffic. I would rather her spend that time doing other extracurricular activities. I am a product of the Virginia public school system. My husband is a product of the Virginia public school system. When we were looking for homes, that was our top non-negotiable factor, is that we wanted to buy in Fairfax County. We wanted our child to be a part of arguably one of the best public school systems in the world. However, you know, when we're at the critical decision of sending our child to an elementary school, I can't find the justification to say we're driving past Colvin Run to take you 4.4 miles away to West Briar. Both are great schools. Currently, West Briar, their before and after school care has about a 2-year wait, whereas Colvin Run is under-enrolled. The other issue is that our neighborhood actually kind of feels like an island, even though we're kind of titled West Briar Island. All of the neighboring communities go to Colvin Run, so it creates some community impacts, which Emily will speak to. We propose, we understand that capital improvement takes a lot of numbers and decision-making, and it doesn't just impact our community, but we're proposing a potential waiver process for our particular younger children to go to Colvin Run at the minimum. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. The next speaker is Emily Kendall, to be followed by Michelle Schorman, to be followed by Elizabeth Brewer.
Good evening. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to speak. I'm a neighbor of Tanaz's, and I'm also a parent and homeowner. I'm speaking on behalf of the residents of the newly completed Maymont neighborhood, which Tanaz mentioned is located at the outermost portion of what is commonly referred to as the West Briar Island. As Tanaz mentioned, as a community, we continue to face challenges associated with the boundary lines. In lieu of time, I'm going to speak about 2 separate challenges that the families of our community have faced over the last few years since moving in to the community of Maymont. First of all, the children of Maymont who attend Fairfax County Public Schools currently take the bus ride to West Briar Elementary School, which is approximately 45 minutes each way, even though neighborhoods surrounding our community on either side are assigned to Colvin Run. As Tanaz mentioned, Colvin Run is 1 mile from Maymont, far closer, unfortunately, than many neighborhoods which are part of the Colvin Run district currently, and less than half the distance to West Briar. The children from our neighborhood who currently take the bus to West Briar consistently arrive home after 5 o'clock and often walk home in the dark during the winter months. This specifically is obviously a safety concern for us as parents, especially considering we're talking about 5, 6, 7-year-old children. It's also an extremely long day, as Tanaz mentioned. Second, as a result of the surrounding neighborhoods being assigned to a different school pyramid, our children are often divided from the children that they have ties with through common extracurricular activities and community events, preventing unification at a crucial time for developing relationships. Many children in which our children have ties with through extracurricular activities go to Colvin Run currently, and therefore know each other well and have established a comfort level and bond that takes a long time to achieve, while our children are often the only children from West Briar due to the way the lines are currently drawn. This, as you may understand, has been a challenge for elementary school-aged children especially. Given the impact this continues to have on our children, I am requesting that you as a board consider changing the lines and assigning our newly completed neighborhood of Maymont to the Colvin Run district. Based on the Fairfax County projected school capacity, it appears there is space available at Colvin Run for our small neighborhood. If time does not allow for this change to occur before the 2018 and 2019 school year, I ask that you, as a board, consider giving the parents of the younger children of our neighborhood an opportunity to attend Colvin Run if we as parents are able to make our own arrangements for transportation to and from school, and that the broader issue be addressed and changes finalized for the following school year. Thank you again for your time.
Thank you. The next speaker is Michelle Schauerman, to be followed by Elizabeth Brewer, to be followed by Karen Sheen.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. My name is Michelle Schorman, and I'm very proud to be the president of the Falls Church High School PTSA this year. I appreciate the opportunity to spend a few minutes this evening sharing some thoughts on behalf of the Falls Church community. First of all, thank you. Thank you for advocating for the inclusion of the planning dollars to renovate Falls Church High School in the FY17 bond. As you can imagine, families all across the pyramid with children of all ages were overjoyed to see Falls Church included on the bond and to know that work toward our renovation was going to officially start. It generated a lot of pride and a lot of good feelings. But now we come with a new request. Please accelerate the timeline. As I, simply a citizen, read the CIP, page 45 specifically, it appears that planning is not going to start until FY20 and 21. Then there will be a year of permitting, which is FY22, and then 3 years of construction with a target completion date of the end of FY25, which means a renovated school would not open for 8 years at the beginning of 2026. I hope I'm reading this incorrectly, but since the planning money was included on the FY17 bond, I would hope that planning could start now and not wait until FY20 to start. And it would be awesome if the planning could be accelerated, the money for the renovation could be included on the FY19 bond. This is our ask. The need at Falls Church High School is immense, as you've heard many times from many people and seen firsthand for yourselves. You already know that there's no fire sprinkler system operational in the building. In a school which has our beloved podsters, our students who are in wheelchairs or have other disabilities which make it difficult for them to evacuate in the event of an emergency, it is frightening to think about a fire happening at any school, but especially at Falls Church. In addition, we are now over capacity by 158 students, and the student population, according to your projections, is expected to grow by around 200 students over the next 5 years. Although my perspective is that this is actually going to grow much more quickly, there's a very positive buzz in the neighborhoods and in the elementary schools about Falls Church High School right now, and families are coming to our school instead of pupil placing them at other schools as they've done in our past. Our new principal, Dr. Nowak, is doing an amazing job, and students are only going to continue to want to come to our school. Our building capacity is now at 108%, and for the first time this year, we have students attending classes and modules. And while this isn't the worst situation in the world, and certainly lots of other schools have this situation, we all can agree it's not ideal. Our science labs are lacking in every respect: old, outdated, limited. So our conclusion, our ask, our request, our plea is to have the talented facilities resources craft a strategy so that the Falls Church renovation can be completed much earlier than 2026. Thank you.
Thank you. Elizabeth Brewer, to be followed by Karen Sheen.
Good evening. My name is Elizabeth Brewer, and I'm here on behalf of the Springwoods neighborhood that attends Rolling Valley Elementary School in West Springfield. While most of the Rolling Valley students attend Irving Middle School and West Springfield High School, a small number of Rolling Valley students are split off from their peers after 6th grade to attend Key Middle School and Lee High School, including those from Springwoods. I have a daughter currently affected by this who spoke earlier about her experiences, and a son who is slated to attend Key next year. Key is 60% further from our neighborhood than Irving, and Lee is more than 20% further than West Springfield. This results in longer bus rides and less sleep for our children. The bus ride to Key is approximately 20 minutes, and the bus ride to Lee includes traveling through highly congested parts of Springfield. The other speakers tonight raised the many specific concerns and speak of the minimal impact on enrollment numbers at Irving and West Springfield, so I won't repeat those details. However, I would like to reiterate that the impact of removing the students from their peer groups at this crucial transition to middle school and on to high school is far from minimal. Our children no longer attend school with their friends, teammates, and entire support system built during elementary school, and that affects them deeply. I would like to encourage the school board to address this split feeder issue by adding an administrative boundary change in the proposed capital improvement plan to keep all Rolling Valley Elementary School students in the West Springfield pyramid. Thank you.
Thank you. And our last speaker is Karen Sheen.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you this evening. I think that having an open, transparent dialogue with the community is key to the successful relationship between school board members and the community they serve, and we appreciate this opportunity. As was introduced, my name is Karen Sheen. I'm the parent of 2 young children, one who's a first grader at Rolling Valley Elementary School and one who will be attending kindergarten there in the fall. I'm here to ask that you consider changing Rolling Valley's split feeder situation and allowing all children that attend that school to attend Irving Middle and West Springfield High School. We've heard a lot this evening about community, and I think that's really important. I know that you were given presentations prior to this evening's meeting that had a lot of data captured in them, and I don't think we need to rehash that. But I do think community is important, and I think our children are important, and that's what we're here to serve the best interest of. We take our children to Rolling Valley Elementary School and actually pass West Springfield Elementary School on the way. But that is part of our community, and that's the focus of really what I want to hone in on this evening. This community is the community that our children go to daycare in. It is the community they have attended preschool in. It is the community pools and dance and gymnastics classes that they take. Community is incredibly important. Data is important as well, but I don't want to lose sight of how important community is. We talk a lot about maintaining your village as an adult, and I think we also need to maintain our children's villages. I did a bit of research, and NIH produced 2 studies. And I just wanted to quote 2 different things from those studies, which I think really support what we're talking about this evening. The first is, primary schools appear to be an important time to establish quality connections to peers who have a powerful role in providing support for one another before the transition to secondary school. The second item that I'd like to quote from the NIH study is, transition to secondary school is a period of life known to affect the psychological, social, and intellectual well-being of students, and is aptly described as one of the defining parameters of development in the second decade of life. In closing, I ask that you evaluate this request holistically to eliminate the split feeder situation at Rolling Valley, considering both the hard data, which I know you have in hand and also have access to, as well as the emotional, social, and academic best interests of our children. Thank you for the opportunity to speak on this important issue this evening.
Thank you. Have there been any other speakers come to register? No. Since there are no other individuals who would like to speak and have registered, then this public hearing is adjourned. We had scheduled a hearing on the pupil placement assignment plan for Lanier Middle School. And again, no one has registered to speak, and I will ask again, has anyone else come to register? If there's anybody who wishes to. Okay, if you would like to speak to the clerk. Okay, well, hold on a second. If you would like to, we're here to listen. So if you